Well, a bit of goat liver and some back steak, for breakfast. Sounds like a pretty good way of starting the new year. Tell you what, the mozzie proof bloody insect pods work really well too, so a couple got them this morning, but I call that a success. I don't know how much of this I'm going to be able to eat. I might as well force as much in as I can, because we've already found a couple of maggots in that liver. And I don't know how they got it. I mean, there must be a tiny hole in my bag somewhere. Yeah, the bastards. That's the trouble this time of year, It's the hard work keeping flies off things, unless you've got the right gear. Well, I think we'll leave it at that. If I need more, I'll cut more up. Got me very bed tea. All is well. That will cook through real fast. So, I might just take that off the pan in a second. Bit of it. Breakfast time. Looks yummy to me. Let's try it, Yep. Just done right. Not too overdone. Plenty of fat. Oh, look at it. Oh, tender as. Like venison. A little bit of liver. Tell you what, it beats those last couple of goats I've eaten. They're absolutely no body fat at all. Lean and tasteless. This is actually really good. Never really been a big fan of liver, but I know it's jam-packed with goodness, so gotta get it in, Oh, it's gonna take me a while to get through that. I'll work at it. Good. Well, it looks like it's going to be a ripper day. I've just popped out onto the little clearing in my camp. It's a good spot to actually check the weather, because you can't really tell when you're under the trees. And it's a little spot where I charge my GoPro power banks in the sun. Not that the sun's here yet, but it's not far away, and it's a beautiful blue sky, a few clouds. I can see the sun. A little bit breezy, but that's all right. I thought we'd take today and go for a walk up the hill and do some exploring. You never know. Only way to get to know an area is just to poke around and to, wander about and see what's there, see what sign there is, see what the bush is like, get a feel for where the animals are. So we'll just go for a walk for 2 or 3 hours. We'll do it. Head up the hill and just cruise. I'm feeling pretty good after all the tucker I've had in the last couple of days, so it's awesome. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't have the energy to do that, So, I mean, we know the river's full of fish and eels, but it's a good chance to get up there and do some poking about. So I've got the bow, I've got the raincoat, got some basic gear, got my PLB, raincoat. What? It's blue sky, sunny day. Yeah, I know. But you know what the old Chinese men say, Any old fools knows to take a raincoat when it is raining, but take very wise man to take one when the sun is shining. I reckon that's a pretty good thing to remember. I've been caught out a few times. And this time of year in particular, in summer, we get a few thunderstorms and that kind of thing. So I've got a change of clothes, but I mean, who wants to get a wet ass and they don't need one? So anyway, let's go. Looking forward to it. case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just cutting a bit of skin and a bit of one of the ears off that goat. I might try and make up a couple more flies just at a bit of a laugh, just something a bit different, even a nymph. Might be this afternoon's project. Well, it's just on 3 hours and we just arrived back at camp, so I've had a really enjoyable morning actually. Yeah, quite a long walk, which I wouldn't normally be able to do with a lack of food, but I'm still feeling reasonably energised. So it was great. I sussed out the country a bit. I didn't see any animals, and not a lot of fresh sign, to be honest. A little bit of fresh, not fresh, but a little bit of old sign of most things, deer, pig and goat. Very open forest up there on top in that tower forest. Once you get up away from the river and it levels out up on top, it's beautiful walking through, beautiful sneaking around. And of course after the recent rain it's nice and quiet as well, so I really enjoyed it, just mooching around up there. But not a lot for things to eat, you know, so the animals either have to cover a lot of ground to find food, or they're tucked up in a little gully down over the side somewhere in the steep stuff where there's a bit more variety of vegetation. So yeah, it's all good, really enjoyed it. Yeah, so next time we'll do another hunt, maybe the other side of the valley next time, and in a couple of days perhaps, and try something different. Meantime, we're just going to get the fire going again and maybe get our coffee on the go. That'll be quite a nice change. Maybe have a bit of steak, and this afternoon, well, we'll just see how it goes. I've got a couple of ideas. I need to make a new fishing rod, so, and maybe some flies. Might try and make some improvements and alterations to that, and see if we can't maybe haul a fish out. Can't eat goat meat every day for the next few days. I think get sick of that. I could, but I mean, well, there's a river full of fish, so I might as well try and mix it up a bit. So yeah, so all in all, it's all good. Well, there we have it. Poor man's coffee. The Dandelion coffee. Strong brew. I probably should water it down a bit. Tell you what, it's pretty grunty, but it's not bad. It makes a nice change. The problem I had was drying those dandelion roots out. I really ideally roast them in the oven, just slowly dry them right out. Then you can crush them up into a powder. But trying to do it on an open fire on the old enamel plate, they're either burning or just not quite drying out enough, you know. But it's done the job. I crushed them up best I could and boiled them up, and certainly got a coffee-like flavour to it. Oh, I tell you, that coffee's bloody good. Tell you what though, I reckon a dash of milk and I'd have a good flat white. Oh, look at that. Just the bee's knees. Oh, I tell you what, you don't get much more organic, do you? Hey, dandelions picked fresh from the riverbank, bit of goat milk straight out of the bush. Oh, yeah, you don't know what you're missing out on. Tell you what, if I left that udder out here another day or two, I might even have yogurt for breakfast. Be a good score. Well, we'll set up a shop out here somewhere. Awesome. Well, there we have it. We play around with this all afternoon. This is the, I don't know, Mark III model. So, actually winds pretty well. The other rod wasn't cutting it, so it was falling apart anyway. So I've got a much longer rod, a few more guides, and a more robust reel set up there. So I'm going to give it a crack. I've got to make up a couple of flies now. It's 5 o'clock, so I've got time before dark to work downstream a little bit. I've not actually been downstream, so I'm not sure if there's a pool there or what it's like. So thought we'd have a quick look before dark. If I don't see anything or get anything, doesn't matter, we've got plenty of meat. But I won't say no to a bit of fish either, so yeah, give it a crack, see what happens. I much prefer to make my own rod out of the bush than to use that old broken down reel. It just feels as though it was cheating a bit. It's more challenging doing it this way, you know, so this is what I've come up with. It's always the hard part is how to attach your reel and what to do at this end of the rod. Everything else is easy, but it's this end here. And sometimes I think you're better off to use a hand line actually, but anyway, I'm going to give it a crack. For casting, I'm basically going to be stripping line out, casting it, and then probably stripping it in by hand. If a fish strikes and takes line, I'll just control the tension by hand. If I can, I'll wind line in. So there's plenty of potential for things to go pear-shaped, but anyway, if it was easy, I guess everyone would ought to be doing it, wouldn't they? Well, there we have it. I don't know what you call it. Goat tail fly. Give it a whirl, eh? Oh shit, we're on first cast. Oh, you see that? Holy crap. Well, it worked. Rod's casting beautifully. I'm surprised I haven't seen a fish in there. Woohoo! We're on! Jesus! Holy crap, look at that sucker. Yeah, bloody ripper. Oh, shit. Look at that. It's got to be £5 on the goat skin fly. I am bloody wrapped with that. Holy crap. Oh, wow. Bush rod and goat skin fly. Holy crap. That is awesome. That's a big fat fish. What a fight too. Well, there we go. £5, oh, maybe 5.5. That's a good fish. Oh. Oh. That was an exciting fight, wasn't it? Oh man, I didn't think I was going to get him. I was worried. Oh, pulled. Shit, he put up some good scrap. They always do in the hooked in the mouth of the fly though, eh? Much better than bait hooked. No, he struck it well and off he went. They love the old goat skin fly, don't they? It's the second one I've hooked. I'll make up a couple more of those. Well, that's dinner tonight and breakfast, I tell you. We'll be able to really mix our feed up now, won't we? Goat and then fish and maybe an eel. I've seen 2 or 3 eels this afternoon actually, there's plenty around. Just going to soak it all in a moment and then I'm going to head back to camp. It's getting on anyway. It wasn't even meant to come this far. It's 7 o'clock. I just came down to see what it was like. It looks like it's actually impassable here on this corner. You could probably cross the river here, but it's quite deep. But certainly the cliffs are quite impassable. Beautiful pool though. There'll be more in there, definitely more than that one fish. There's another big pool I saw up further too. I was trying to find out how to get to it. I was going to have to do a deep wade to get to it, or a scrub blackberry crash around the bottom edge of it, so that might be tomorrow's mission. Bring long pants down and have a go, maybe the slasher, cut a track into it. I doubt that it gets the fish much. It'll be full of fish. Not that we need another one in a hurry, but it's pretty exciting stuff anyway. No shortage of eels in this river. They've smelt that trout's blood and they're coming around for a look. There's one right there on the edge. Look at him. Hungry as. Oh, doesn't that look good? You know, a couple of big slabs of fresh rainbow trout ready for dinner and breakfast. It's going to get out of treat, I tell you. That was an awesome, very exciting couple of hours, I tell you. I really just went out to try that new rod out and the fly, just a bit of a laugh, see how it goes and see how it went, and it was bloody wonderful. First cast I had a trout smash that fly and got off unfortunately, but then I hooked this other one and well, you saw what happened. Had a good scrap and he was an absolute ripper. You know, I've caught a hell of a lot of trout in my life on a fly rod, but that's got to be one of the most satisfying, absolutely. You know, a bush rod, a fly made out of the skin and hair off a nanny goat tail. Shows you anything's worth a go. Anything's worth a go. Yeehaw!